Yeah, I bet that's got the electric doors that open on their own. Like that would have been a new thing back then.
Yeah. Just thinking about the electric door. I don't know if I said this on the show. We've done so many. When I was like, it was me and both of my younger brothers in the back of a van, and my mom was driving. And this was like, I was probably like 13, 14, and so my brothers were like 12 and 6 or 7. And we were driving, and we were both in the back seat. There must have been something in the front, so we couldn't sit in the shotgun. And we sat down, or we stopped at a stoplight. And I think it was me. I farted, and it was absolutely rancid. But it wasn't rancid enough. And mind you, it's snowing outside. It's very snowy outside. And my mom in our Honda Odyssey, she goes, "Oh, Taylor!" And then she opens both doors with the button. We're in the line of traffic, and I can still remember sitting in that captain's seat like, "Mom!" I'm like shivering, and the girl in the van next to me is looking over, pointing and laughing at us because we're all sitting in a van where there's now flurries of snow flying through that chasm that is the van with both doors open. And I remember just like her starting to pull away. And when you're driving, the doors don't close. And so we were just driving for the next like half mile, like, "Mom, close the door. The girl's laughing at us." And she's like, "I can't close it, Taylor. I can't close it. It's stuck. We're driving. We can't close it." And so we drove like multiple miles as I'm sitting there with my brothers, like, as snow is flying into the car. And it was really embarrassing. I've never seen that girl since in that car, but good. Her point and laugh to 12-year-old me in that car, that hits the core.
How old was she?
Probably about my age, probably.
Okay. That's even worse. A peer.
A colleague of mine observed this and put it out on the Slack channel.
We heard your mom's van doesn't even have doors.
Dude, she was driving me in that van to a football game once in just a slight, like maybe 20 minutes away from where we lived at the time. And we got in, and the coach had it with late players to games. And so he had told, this was 8th grade, he'd told the whole team, he was like, "Anyone who shows up late will not play. I'm over it. Show up when the game starts." Because it was 8th grade, the parents didn't give a shit. And I remember it was
as they grade. Shouldn't. No one should give a shit.
No one should give a shit. We did not have a big team. And so I played place kicker, extra point kicker, occasional cornerback, sometimes wide receiver, O-line, and linebacker. I played a lot of things because we didn't have very many people. And as we're driving, my mom, we were late, and so she was trying to run a red, and we get sideswiped by a car, and it demolishes this person's Mustang and just kind of fucks up the back of our Honda Odyssey. And I remember sitting there being like, "Oh, coach is gonna be so mad." and then I got there to the game after all this was settled and everything, and we drive there and we get there, and he's like, "Taylor, where have you been?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, coach. I was in a car accident on the way here." and he looked at me and he goes, "Jesus Christ."
Of course.
And he was like, "Well, you can still play, yeah." You were.
You probably shouldn't, but
are you okay? Because I was sitting on the side that got hit by the car, and I remember I was just kind of sitting there dreading it, and they just boom, just slammed real hard. But yeah, he immediately let me take the field as soon as I told him I was in a car accident.
Yeah, of course.
7 minutes ago, my mom's minivan was struck by a Mustang. I'm still a little rattled, so if I'm bad at football,
Mom ran every red light here until that Mustang hit us. I'm so sorry, coach. She's a dumb bitch. What do you say?